You ever get a text that flips your whole world inside out? Yeah, mine came at 7:34 a.m. on a Tuesday, right before I'd even touched my coffee. Surprise! Just sold the lake house to Amanda's dad for $500,000. Don't worry about the paperwork. I signed for both of us. You never cared about that place anyway. I just sat there, staring at the words, my hands actually shaking. Then he sent a photo. Michael, my husband of 15 years, with his arm around some blonde, barely old enough to rent a car, grinning like he'd just won the lottery. In the background, my lake house, my family's home, my whole damn childhood. I didn't even feel the anger yet. You know that kind of hurt that's so deep, you go numb? That was me. Let me rewind, just a little. Name's Olivia Bennett. 38, lawyer, stubborn as hell, and, up until that text, married to a man I thought I knew. I grew up at Crystal Lake. My grandpa built that house with his bare hands back in '62. I spent every summer there. After my parents passed, it was all I had left. My safe place. My legacy. And now, with one text, Michael had just tried to erase all of that. You want to know the wildest part? 2 months ago, this would have broken me. I would have cried in the bathroom, blamed myself, called my sister. But that was before the receipts, before I found lipstick stains in Michael's jacket, before I hired a private investigator and faced the ugly truth. My husband was cheating, lying, and stealing from me. The man I'd built a life with was already halfway out the door. So when he pulled this stunt, something snapped. Or maybe something finally woke up. He sent another message. Amanda's dad already wired the money. We're thinking of adding a pool. Time to bring some youth to the place. I actually let out a laugh. Youth? Michael was 40 and balding. Amanda probably thought he was rich and charming. She didn't know he was broke and boring, and apparently a con artist. Then a new number popped up. Hi, Olivia. It's Amanda. Just wanted to thank you for being so cool about the house. Daddy's super excited to make it our new vacation spot. Michael says you never use it anyway. I saved her number under Clueless and didn't answer. Instead, I called Thomas Morgan, my family's lawyer, and honestly the closest thing I have to a big brother. He picked up before the first ring finished. Olivia? I was just about to call. Got some very weird paperwork about the lake house. Let me guess. Forged signature? Attempted transfer of ownership? He chuckled. Bingo. Your husband's not even good at it. And the best part, Amanda's dad already sent $500,000 straight into Michael's personal account. I let that land for a moment. So, fraud, right? What's our play? Thomas was grinning through the phone. We could notify Amanda's dad now, or we could wait until they file with the county. Let them stew in their own mess a bit longer. And right there, I decided. Let's wait. Let Michael think he's won. Let them plan their stupid pool. That night, Michael texted, Congrats on the sale. Glad you're finally being reasonable. I'll send someone to pack your stuff. I didn't respond. Just looked around my office. My career, my name on the door, the view I'd worked 10 years for. Michael used to tell me that view was a waste of money, that no one cared about my accomplishments, only about looking successful. Well, he was about to find out what real success looked like. The next morning, Amanda sent another cheery invite. Housewarming party after the Reno. You're totally welcome if you want to come. God, the audacity. I put my phone face down and just smiled. Let them have their party. They had no idea what was coming. 2 days. That's how long it took. Thomas messaged me. They just submitted the transfer. Should take 48 hours. I counted every hour, every minute. Michael and Amanda kept sending updates, plans for the kitchen, Pinterest boards, jabs about fixing up my outdated family home. Then, right on schedule, my phone rang. Michael, of course. His voice was different this time. No swagger, just panic. "What the hell is this, Olivia? The county rejected the transfer. They said I had no right to sell it. This is impossible. We're married. It's joint property." I almost felt bad for him. Almost. "Not everything, Michael. That house was inherited. It's in my name. Always has been." He went silent, except for Amanda's frantic voice in the background. "You knew!" he finally spat. "You knew, and you let me sell it anyway." "Correction. I let you try to sell it. Big difference." He started to bluster, but I cut him off. "How's Mr. Carter taking the news? Any chance he wants his money back?" Dead silence. Then, forced calm. He's threatening legal action. If I don't return the money, he'll go to the police." "That's rough, Michael. Especially since you've already spent some of it. Miami was expensive, wasn't it? Or was it the diamond earrings for Amanda?" "How did you—" He sounded almost afraid. "I'm a lawyer, remember? I know things. Like how the account you drained for Amanda's apartment last month was in my name too. Every withdrawal, every wire, every lie. All documented." He tried to bluff, then stammered. "You had me followed?" I shrugged, though he couldn't see it. "Let's call it due diligence." He pleaded, switching gears. "Olivia, I'll move out. I'll give you whatever you want in the divorce. Just help me fix this." I pictured all those nights he'd lied to my face, all the times he made me feel crazy for asking questions. "You know what's funny?" I said, almost laughing. "When you were so busy chasing your new life, you forgot to check whose name was on the deed, just like you forgot about the investment account." He went quiet, Amanda now sobbing in the background. I pressed on. "Check your email, Michael. Bank statements, transfer records, even a few sweet texts between you and Amanda. Think her dad will want to read those?" He was reading in real time. I heard his breath catch. Then, the sound of a door flying open, and a man's angry shout. "Mr. Carter, in the flesh." Michael's next words tumbled out, desperate. "I have to go. We're not done." "Actually, Michael, I think we are. Good luck with Mr. Carter. I hear he's got an excellent lawyer." I hung up, my hands still a little shaky, but not from fear. Relief, maybe, or vindication. Thomas texted me a few hours later. "Carter's lawyer is pushing for criminal charges unless Michael returns the full amount immediately." I walked down to the dock that night. The lake was calm, sun setting gold over the water. My parents would have hated this mess, but I think they would have been proud of how I handled it. Michael called, 6 times, 7th time I picked up. "Olivia, please, Carter's serious. I could go to jail." "That's usually what happens when you commit fraud, Michael. I'll do anything. Full ownership of everything in the divorce. Just help me fix this." I laughed. Couldn't help it. "Full ownership of what, exactly? The house you tried to steal is already mine. The account you emptied was in my name. What's left, Michael? What are you offering?" He had nothing to say. That silence, man, it felt better than any apology. Then he blurted out, "Amanda stopped by the lake house today. Why was she there?" I let him stew. "To apologize. Her dad showed her everything. She didn't know you were lying to her, too." I could picture it. Amanda in tears, realizing she was just another pawn in Michael's little game. Sometimes you don't need to get revenge. You just let the truth do the dirty work. Michael's voice was hollow. "Amanda's gone. Back to her father's. She said she needs to rethink her life." The sound of something breaking. Maybe a lamp. Maybe Michael himself. I gave him one last piece of bad news. "Mr. Carter's lawyer will drop the criminal charges if you repay the full amount in 48 hours. Generous, right? I guess you'll have to sell your boat. Or those collector cars. Or, get used to prison food." Heavy breathing, rage, defeat. "You're enjoying this, aren't you?" I smiled. "No, Michael. I'm just finally seeing you for who you are." The next week, I watched from afar, Michael selling off everything he owned, begging friends for loans, getting humiliated in front of people who used to admire him. By the time he scraped together the money and paid Carter back, he was finished. Not just broke, broken. The divorce was over in days. He signed whatever I put in front of him. No fight left. The last time I saw him, he was wearing some cheap off-the-rack suit, shoulders slumped, eyes empty. "I never meant for it to go this far," he muttered. I looked him straight in the eye. "You never meant to get caught. There's a difference." He just nodded, then turned and walked away. Out of my life for good. I stood on the dock, watching storm clouds roll in over the lake, feeling lighter than I had in years. Maybe my grandfather was right. Still waters really do run deep. So, was it justice or just revenge?